Hey everyone, Lethal One here. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. So I've beaten Resident Evil 7 about 4 times now, and I've done some heavy searching and some heavy research, and I've come up with some fun little theories from some of the item descriptions and some of the Easter eggs I found in the game. Now keep this in mind, this is just for fun. Everything I say here is just opinionated, and I hope you guys do get some enjoyment out of it because this is not my thing. Ethan Winters is Ethan W. from Resident Evil 5. There is a notebook in Resident Evil 5, Spencer's notebook to be exact, that states the name Ethan W. Now that I think about it, we don't know much about Ethan from Resident Evil 7. All we know is that he married Mia around 2014 and that he's kind of brave. But in Spencer's notebook, the Ethan W. is a high-ranking Umbrella operative, level 9 to be exact. It also states in that same notebook that Ethan died after the events of Resident Evil 2. So even though these may be different Ethans, I thought it was a fun little Easter egg to throw in there because a lot of people might not have caught that. Mia works for Umbrella. So apparently Umbrella wasn't burnt to the ground in Code Veronica. Somehow they are still in power and they're still making BOWs. When I first played through the game, I thought Mia was working for the new organization only. The game notes state that the company who was responsible for Evie was Tensu. And as I was playing and read more notes, it just seemed to me that Mia was sort of a double agent. Now I could be interpreting what I read wrong, but it kind of states that Mia set up shop and was sending messages via laptop to both Umbrella and Tensu. Now a good friend of mine said that it was Lucas that was sending information to Tensu because Evie didn't have full control over him. Now I didn't see that anywhere in the game, so that's a theory in itself. But I might be overthinking things here, but if I'm not mistaken, the watch that Zoe stapled to Ethan's severed arm belonged to Mia. And if I'm not mistaken as well, that's how Redfield was able to track Ethan down at the end of the game. Now, I don't think that Tensu will have a watch that could be tracked by another rival company. I think that she was working for Umbrella. Not to mention that if Chris and his crew came to clean up the BOW, why didn't they shoot Ethan? I believe the watch played a major role in that. They figured he had to be working with Umbrella too because he had the watch, and that's why they spared him. Tensu is Umbrella's longtime rival. Evie was a powerful BOW created by Tensu, which I believe is the rival company that Umbrella feared. At the end of the game, you hear the radio chatter. You hear the concern over Evie being loose. We know the radio is from the helicopter. The Umbrella helicopter, to be exact. This will be the first time in Resident Evil history that there's an outbreak not related to Umbrella. Also, the first time that Tensu is the main antagonist in the game. I truly believe this is who Wesker and the Spencers feared. I also believe this is who Ada Wong worked for. Is this why Umbrella is good in this game? Or is it to steal information and make their own BOW from what they find? Only time will tell. Redfield is not Chris Redfield. So this is a crazy theory of mine. I went back and looked at Chris Redfield from Resident Evil 6 and I noticed something. Chris Redfield in 6 looks a lot bigger than the Redfield in Resident Evil 7. But the kicker is that in Resident Evil 6, Chris Redfield actually looks like he has aged quite a bit. The Redfield in 7 looks young. From what I gather, the events of 7 takes place about 7 years after the events in 6. So how is Chris younger and smaller? My only guess is that Umbrella can clone people, and I know how crazy that sounds, but hear me out. If I'm not mistaken, in Resident Evil 6, I believe that Umbrella actually cloned their rival, Ada Wong. Now, I never played through 6 completely, but I am very sure that Umbrella can clone people. Why else would Chris be working with them? He lost a lot of his dear friends, and a lot of innocent people lost their lives because of the Umbrella. I honestly believe Wesker that was killed in Resident Evil 5 was a clone of the Wesker that was in Resident Evil 1 and in Code Veronica. I know the game states that Wesker survived the Tyrant attack because of the T-virus, but it wouldn't be too far-fetched to think that the real Wesker died and Umbrella just cloned a new one. Now, if this is true, the Redfield we see in 7 may have the same abilities as Wesker. Who knows? Ethan was infected by Evie. We seen Ethan get his arm cut off. We seen him lose his leg. We seen him gain full control over these limbs later on, which makes me believe that he was infected at some point in the game. Maybe even before the dinner scene. People who are infected by Evie are almost invincible because they can be revived over and over again, hence Jack Baker. Ethan has come back from the most devastating punishment. No normal person can be that durable. Not to mention, at some point in the game, he's able to communicate with Jack Baker. Another side effect is he was hallucinating seeing a little girl. Now, it states clearly in the notes that that is a major side effect of the fungus taking over. So what I'm thinking is, and this is just my theory as well, that Evie wanted Mia to be her mother so bad that she sent for Ethan too in order to make Mia go along with it. She figured that Mia wouldn't be her mother if Ethan wouldn't be the father. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one.